This fight isn't about size or weight. It's about skill. It's about dedication. It's about expertise and all those areas.
How badly do you want to get your hands on him?
Yeah, badly. I mean, I wish I'd done already. I wish I was fighting tonight.
Sure. Here's a refined and more polished version of your write-up. It keeps the emotional intensity, depth, and dramatic flair while improving flow, grammar, and clarity. The legacy fight, Eubank Jr. vs. Benn, a battle beyond boxing. The legacy of two legendary families hangs in the balance as Chris Eubank Jr. steps into the ring against Conor Benn, a clash that transcends belts and rankings. This isn't just another bout. It's a collision of bloodlines. A generational grudge match where the shadows of the past loom large over the fighters of today. Eubank Jr. walks into the ring with the immense burden of carrying the name of Chris Eubank Sr., one of British boxing's most iconic figures. Known for his dominance, flamboyance, and unshakable confidence, Eubank Sr. set a standard that his son has been chasing ever since. For Jr., this fight is about more than victory. It's about proving he is not just the heir, but the equal. On the opposite side stands Conor Benn, the son of the ferocious and feared Nigel Benn, known as the Dark Destroyer. Unlike Eubank Jr., Conor's battle is one of identity. He's not only fighting to honor his father's legacy, but to escape it, to define his career on his own terms and silence the voices that say he'll never be more than a name from the past. The stakes couldn't be higher. Eubank Jr. must show the world that his talent is not a hand-me-down, that he can rise above the weight of expectation. For Benn, it's a shot at validation, a chance to prove that he belongs in the spotlight, not because of who his father was, but because of who he is. But this isn't just about the fighters. It's about family pride, personal redemption, and immortality in the sport. The bitterness between the Eubank and Benn families goes back decades, rooted in one of the most explosive rivalries in British boxing history. Now, the sons carry that tension forward, not just in words, but in fists. Their animosity has simmered for years, with verbal sparring and media hype turning their feud into a full-blown war. Eubank Jr., never shy about his confidence, has questioned Benn's heart and skill. Benn, with the fire of a man who's fought for every inch, has called out Eubank Jr. for his privilege and arrogance. The trash talk is done. Now, the truth will be revealed in the ring. This isn't about titles, it's about legacy. For Eubank Jr., a win cements his place in the sport's upper echelon and brings him one step closer to stepping out of his father's shadow. For Benn, victory would prove that his name carries its own weight, untethered from the past. But the consequences of defeat are just as heavy. A loss could mark Eubank Jr. as the man who could never live up to the legend. For Benn, it might confirm doubts that he wasn't ready to carry the family banner. This fight is a defining moment. A victory will bring glory, respect, and independence. A loss could haunt them for the rest of their careers. British boxing is watching. The world is watching. When Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn finally meet, it won't just be two fighters trading punches. It'll be a battle for identity, for redemption, and for history. In that ring, with every blow thrown, they won't just fight for themselves. They'll fight for their families, their legacies, and the right to be remembered not as the sons of legends, but as legends in their own right. Absolutely, here's a refined and professional rewrite of your latest passage. It keeps the key insights and intensity while improving clarity, grammar, and flow, making it ideal for use in articles, commentary scripts, or promotional content. the next generation of fighters is proving that even under immense pressure, the EU path to greatness remains within reach. For Conor Benn, his rise through the ranks could mark the beginning of a new era in British boxing, one defined not by legacy alone, but by hunger, grit, and self-made success. A victory over Chris Eubank Jr. would send a powerful message. Greatness isn't inherited, it's earned. A Benn win would symbolize more than personal glory. It would reflect a generational shift, showcasing that today's young, determined fighters are ready to redefine the sport. Whether it's Benn or Eubank Jr. who has their hand raised, the implications of this bout will echo across boxing, reshaping rivalries, inspiring future champions, and pushing British boxing into a bold new chapter. For Conor Benn, this fight is far more than a marquee matchup. It's a moment of reinvention and redemption. Throughout his career, Benn has carried the weight of expectation, not only because of his famous last name, but because of the skepticism that has surrounded his ascent. His father, Nigel Benn, was a fearsome world champion, and Conor has long lived in the shadow of that fearsome legacy, but this fight is a turning point. A win over Eubank Jr. would allow Conor to reclaim his narrative, proving that he's not just living off his father's name, but forging his own path to greatness. It would silence the doubters and confirm that his place among boxing's elite is no accident. His journey has been turbulent, marked by controversy, criticism, and battles both in and out of the ring. Now, he stands at the threshold of a career-defining moment. Meanwhile, Chris Eubank Jr. enters the ring with a dangerous blend of power, speed, and elite experience. His punching power is a constant threat, capable of turning a fight with a single shot. But what truly sets him apart is his speed. Eubank Jr.'s lightning-fast reflexes and explosive combinations make him a nightmare for opponents who try to keep their distance or outbox him. His experience against world-class competition has molded him into a fighter who thrives under pressure. He knows how to adapt mid-fight, stay composed, and find a way to win, even in the most intense situations. His ring IQ and resilience make him an unpredictable and relentless force. Against Benn, these assets could prove decisive. Yet Benn is no ordinary opponent. His counter-punching ability may be the key to disrupting Eubank Jr.'s forward pressure. Benn has a knack for using his opponent's aggression against them, waiting for the perfect opening and striking with surgical precision. His sharp reflexes and compact, explosive punches make him an efficient and dangerous threat on the inside. Eubank Jr.'s high-octane offense can sometimes leave him open to punishment, and Benn is more than capable of exploiting those gaps. If he can time his counters effectively, he could turn Eubank's strength into his greatest vulnerability. In the end, this isn't just a clash of styles, it's a battle of will, identity, and legacy. Both men are fighting for far more than